So here's an image that I adore, and it was originally done as a little, almost a singular storybook adventure for my daughters, and I drew this image and was thinking of how fun it would be to come up with a story to go along with this image. And I was enamored with the thought of these three little mice. I imagined them as these little characters that maybe my daughters could see themselves as getting ready to enter this forest with this looming owl. There's another story that I would tell my girls about a little mouse, and in that story there are a couple of owls, and it was about this time when I was making this image, but the story did not, it's not really relative to the print. So I'm going to kind of put that aside for another time. But this image became something else entirely. I did the little sketch, and I did the drawing and the image and the carving, and then the printing. And this is actually a print that I played a lot with the different colors and the usage of color, and for maybe the different times of day, and what I wanted it to feel like for these mice getting ready to enter this forest. And then when it was done, I wasn't sure if those mice were going to enter the forest or not. I wasn't sure if the owl was a nemesis or if it was a friendly figure. I wasn't sure about a lot of things. And it definitely prompted where the text for this image came from. And the text is, and I haven't told you the text because I didn't want to necessarily spoil the premise of what we're talking about here, but the image is titled, "There's Nothing Wrong with Their Bravery." And the text in its entirety reads, "There was nothing wrong with their bravery. They just needed practice." And I find that to be so true. For me personally, I am not a brave individual. Not one that would normally take major chances. But over the course of my life, I have found real value in that action of bravery. But I wanted it to not be, well, honestly, I didn't want to give the impression that bravery is just in the realm of heroes and clowns. Bravery belongs to everybody, and being fearful or frightened does not mean a lack of bravery. To me, it just means you need the practice, and that is the reminder of this print. At least it is for me, and my hope it is for anyone else who comes across it or lives with it. Just a constant reminder that we live in this world that requires so much of us, and it is our actions that determine our course, and that we're all brave, that it's not a matter of living without fear. It is just a matter of meeting it and moving on. Because fear is like a veil. You can move through it. And fear and danger are two different things. Sometimes they can be related, certainly, but not always necessarily so. These are ideas that I didn't set out to talk about with the image, which I always find fascinating. And it really underscores the fact that the voice that speaks through my work is really just that. It's a voice speaking through my work. And so, just like the mice, there's nothing wrong with my bravery. I just need practice.